Hey, hello everyone, I'm David Guerrero, and welcome back to another video here on Many Ways Films. 2023 is the year where I took film photography a little bit more serious. And what I mean by that is that I actually went out and tried many different film stocks. I explored the city and many other cities around me, and again, tried all of these different film stocks. Some of the ones that I tried the most were Cinestill 800, Cinestill 400, 50, Double X. Ektar is one of the film stocks that I really tried many times. I think Ektar was one of the ones that I tried the most, if not the one that I tried the most. Fuji 400 when it was available, Fuji Superior. Fuji 200. I tried Ektachrome a couple of times, which is a crazy film. I wouldn't say it's overrated, but it's pretty expensive for what it is. But I can see why it's priced that way. It's a really fine film stock with great quality, but one that you gotta be really thoughtful when you're shooting. I tried a couple of the Ilford. I actually shot a couple of expired rolls, which was really interesting, and that's something that I want to try a little bit more during 2024 is shooting expired film, which I have about 12, 15 rolls of film that hopefully they're in still good state and could be used and get some interesting results. Also, during my everyday life, I like to carry a camera with me, and I got some of my favorite pictures of the year just, having my camera with me all the time. Trying the same film stock during different times of the years and different times of the day, as well as different lighting situations, will give you a better understanding of how every film works. And that's what I find so interesting about film, or really appealing, is that you could really use the same film stock and do many things with it. You could play with it at night, daytime, afternoon, different time of the year, and also you can either pull the film, push the film, try different things with that film stock, different lighting if you're working on a studio or something like that. And definitely there's many things that you can do with the film stock, and I'd say every day, most of the time, depending on the lighting situation, and again, the temperature or whatever, you're gonna get different results. So that's something that is really interesting for me, and what makes me want to try the same film stock again and again. Recently, I was talking with my brother, and one of the things that he told me, and he's not a full time photographer or anything like that, but he's getting kind of into photography, especially into film photography. I gave him one of my cameras, and he's just been carrying around, trying, shooting a couple rolls. And one of the things that he told me is that when taking pictures, now he feels like he's got to be more thoughtful of every single shot. And he is constantly trying to find something interesting to photograph. And I always felt I still do digital photography. I do wedding photography, some event photography, but mostly, weddings. And pretty much all of it is digital, with the exception of one or two rolls every wedding. Um, but I never felt really an interest, or I never felt like I had an eye for interesting subjects when I was doing only digital photography. And don't take me wrong, that doesn't mean that you can't do it, and it doesn't mean that I can't do it. What I'm trying to say is that by trying film photography and actually trying to find something interesting and being really thoughtful of every single shot on every single roll and the value of every single one of those pictures, I was really careful of, and not necessarily careful, but I was like more thoughtful, like I said, of every single photo that I was taking. Is this interesting? Is this the best place where I could be to photograph this subject? What about the composition? What about the lighting? What about my settings? And that's something that again I learned with film photography, because you're actually spending money with every single frame, every single roll of film. And yeah, I mean, you don't want to be wasting your money and time also. So with that being said, now when I go out and I'm with my digital camera and I'm doing digital photography, and even when I'm at weddings and I'm doing photography, and even video, but more specifically photography, I feel like I have a better understanding of composition, about how to make my subject interesting, and all those sorts of things. So that's what I think it's worth when trying film photography. I know a lot of people are just gonna see it like something trendy or something cool, which is okay. I don't care. But if you're a photographer who wants to get better at photography, I would definitely suggest this year trying some film photography if you can. It's not something that everybody can do. Again, film photography, it's expensive. It's expensive for me, and I don't do it as much as I'd like to do it. But whenever I have the chance to do it, I definitely take it. So um, something to have in mind, something to think about. If you're watching this video, chances are that you haven't started, or you tried it once but you're thinking about getting into it. Just because I feel like most people already shooting film, they're most likely not watching film photography videos. At least I don't, because I like to find my own style. So yeah, just something to have in mind. If you haven't, I would totally suggest or recommend doing it. But again, you don't have to try film to get better at photography. That's just something that worked for me, and it might work for you as well. So that's it for the video of today. If you have any questions or comments, just let me know down here. Please subscribe to to the channel. That always helps me, supports me, and all of that. So thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya.